Hi everyone, welcome to this tutorial on how to get started with the Blazor DateRange Picker component from Syncfusion. Both our DatePicker and DateRange Picker have similar features that allow users to choose a date. The only difference is that the DateRange Picker allows user to enter or select the date range. In this video, I'll explain how easy it is to add a Syncfusion-Blazor DateRange Picker component to a server-side Blazor application. I will also show you how to configure few of its basic features like setting specific date range values, formats, and month range picker. Let me start with the application creation process. I can create a Blazor application using either Visual Studio 2019 or Visual Studio Code. In this video, I'll show you how to create a server-side Blazor application using Visual Studio 2019. Make sure that you have installed it along with .NET Core SDK 3.1.2 or later. Now open Visual Studio 2019 and choose Create a new project from the dashboard. Select Blazor App from the templates and click the Next button. Now I'll name my project and click the Create button. Here I will choose the Blazor-Server-App. The project has been created and is ready to use. Now I will show you the step-by-step process for adding a Blazor DateRange Picker to it. To add and start using a Blazor DateRange Picker, first I need to install the necessary Syncfusion-Blazor packages. For that, I'll open the NuGet package manager, I search for Syncfusion-Blazor and install it into my application. Once it is installed, you can see the Blazor packages are added under this Applications Packages folder. Now, to add a DateRange Picker, first I'll navigate to the imports.razor page and import the namespace Syncfusion-Blazor Calendars. Then I need to register the Syncfusion-Blazor service. For that, I'll navigate to the startup.cs file and add the Syncfusion-Blazor namespace. Next, I'll make a call to the Syncfusion-Blazor service method inside the configure services method. Within configure method, I'll register the Syncfusion license by passing the trial license key in the register license method. Next, I'll navigate to the host.cs HTML page to add a CSS reference from the installed Syncfusion-Blazor package. Now, the configuration steps are done, so let me continue to add the Blazor DateRange Picker now. For this, I'll open the index component, include div tag with CSS styles to align DateRange Picker component, and then include the SF DateRange Picker tag. Now I will run my application by pressing F5 key. You can see the output displaying the DateRange Picker. You can now select a date range from the calendar pop-up or enter a date value in the input box. Next, I will show you how to select specific date range values in the DateRange Picker using the start date and end date properties. For this, I will add the code inside the @code directive. I will define a variable start value of type datetime and assign some date value to it, say March 11, 2020. Similarly, I will define another variable end value and set it as an end date value, say April 10, 2020. Now assign those variables to the corresponding start date and end date properties of DateRange Picker. See the output, where the date range value passed to the DateRange Picker is displayed in the input box. Now let me show you how to restrict the minimum and maximum date range selection by defining the min and max properties. Now I will just change the start date property to the min property and the end date property to the max property. See the output. The date range from March 11, 2020 to April 10, 2020 has been enabled, and all the other dates outside of this range are restricted from selection. Next, I will show you how to restrict the number of minimum and maximum date range selection from the selected start date using the min days and max days properties. Here, I will remove other properties and then add the min days property, setting its value to 5, and add the max days property, setting its value to 10. See in the output, when I select date 1, dates between the minimum start value 5, maximum end value 10 are enabled. Now let me show you how to format the date displayed in the DateRange Picker. By default, the DateRange Picker's format is based on the culture. I can also set a custom format by using the format property. I'm going to include the format property and set its value to month-year format. You can see here, when I select the date, it will be displayed in the month and year format I specified. Finally, I will show you how to design month range picker to select a month range using the start and depth property of DateRangePicker. Here, I will include the start property and set its value to year. Include the depth property and set its value to year. You can see the DateRangePicker show the list of months in the year. One more thing is, you can also show the short int in an input element of the DateRangePicker when no value is set to it. Here, I will add the placeholder property and assign the value choose a date range. Now, see the output. The DateRangePicker shows the placeholder text. Now, let me quickly summarize what we have seen so far. I have shown you how to create a Blazor-Server-App using Visual Studio 2019 and add a DateRangePicker component to it. And then I explained you how to configure the DateRangePicker with a specific date values, formats, and month range picker. You can download this working example from the GitHub link in the description for this video below. You can also see about getting a free license key to use our Blazor products if you are eligible for our community license. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this video useful, give a like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.